Hello, 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 welcome back. Carlton lost to Melbourne in probably the most dramatic fashion I've ever seen. I am probably in the biggest amount of shock that I've ever been in as a Carlton supporter. I can't recall the last time I felt this way, this speechless, this. Yeah. Um, Not much to say in terms of words. It's more pure emotion. I have let the game sort of the result, you know, ease down just a little bit, so I can actually get my thoughts out. The final 2 minutes defensively were probably the most unforgivable 2 minutes of Carlton's this season. So many mistakes, so many things that could have happened, and if they did happen, that would have been a win in the books. Overall, this game actually was a great game by the Carlton Footy Club. You look at the injuries, you look at the umpires not going our way, but then you have to look at the stakes, the circumstances, the scenario in which we were currently in or were in, and you realize that it doesn't really matter. All these moral victories and getting close against the reigning premiers, it doesn't really matter. We were this close to making a final, and it has all evaporated right in front of our eyes in probably, as I said, the most shocking of ways. It is so Carlton. It is so Carlton. You couldn't write it any other way. The free kick count was against us. I'm not going to use that as an excuse because it is a pretty weak way out. We look at players. Lewis Young, probably best on ground. He was exceptional in the back line. Held his opponent to basically nothing. Ben Brown did nothing all game. Adam Sard was really good for what he, offered. Sam Doherty in the middle, I think that was a masterstroke. Great in terms of, feistiness and toughness. We really needed that, and we got it from him. He had 10 tackles on the night. He got a lot of the footy and was involved in clearance. So I think that was a great move. Will Setterfield in the middle did a great job on Oliver. I don't think he had the biggest influence that he would usually have on the game. So that was another good move. Although, if we flip it round to the players that we don't want to talk about, or we want to send them to the moon and not let them come back. Jack Newnes, do not come near the best 22 again. It is not his fault. He is playing. It's unbelievable. The amount of drop marks, the amount of times he would stunt the momentum because he dropped the marks. In the final 2 minutes, he was the guy on Cozzy Pickett. I don't care whether or not he was supposed to be on Cozzy Pickett. We damn well know that he shouldn't. But the fact of the matter is, if you're on him, you've got to commit to the task. And you've got to be accountable for your player. I don't care what time of the game it is. I don't care if some other players come up the ground to try and make an impact. You've got to be accountable for the players in front of you. And he wasn't. Well, he was, but he wasn't. He was alongside him. He was in the frame, but he did not put body on Cozzy. And unfortunately, the 2 steps that he was giving him, the 2 meters, the 1 meter, the half meter he was giving him, it was half a meter too much. And the rest is history. We should have never, ever, let that happen at all. A bit of it was fortuitous. Lever, I don't think his first thought in the final 2 minutes was to snap the ball into the middle of the ground, but it actually benefited them greatly. Jesse Motlop had to even out a one-on-one against Stephen May, and it's not his fault he lost that. He was outnumbered and he was outbodied because, while his size doesn't really permit him to win that one-on-one. It was a good effort, and he almost did it, but almost is not enough. For a team of our caliber, or a team that is aspiring to be in finals, you have to win those games from those positions. Didn't happen. Didn't close the game out. And, well, quite frankly, if you can't close games out in those situations, you're not going to go far. And I will take the positive that, we were 100% in this game. Obviously, the game was right there to be won. But if you can't win the game, as I said, in that situation, it's not going to happen. Great learning experience for the boys. Whether or not we make finals, future reference, this is a great game. You look at the footage, you look at the film, you see where you went wrong. That Matty Owies kick, 15 metres behind Tatum Sard, should have hit him on the chest. It should have not taken 2 bounces to get there. Lewis Young and Caleb Marchbank spoiling each other. It was a 3-on-1 down the ground. We should have taken a mark there. Good teams do that. We didn't. Up the ground, Sammy Walshy actually spoilt Harry Mackay. Probably was best suited to take the mark, and his own teammate cleaned him up once again. So we're just not coping well under pressure. We did exceptionally well for the majority of the game. We put up a fight. I think the one thing that Carlton supporters wanted out of this game, we got. We wanted ferocity, we wanted fight, we wanted that desire to win that we haven't seen in the last couple of weeks against Adelaide and Brisbane. We got it. And, no doubt about it. But unfortunately, results matter. As I said, the moral victories do not at this point of the season, and we are now facing demotion into the bottom 10 with 1 week to go, and it could go down to the very last game that we play, and it's not going to be pretty. The Bulldogs need to lose to Hawthorn if we can't get up against Collingwood. The Bulldogs result we'll know before the Collingwood game is over, but we cannot rely on that Bulldogs result. We are in charge of our destiny still. We need to win. And Collingwood are the masters of close games. So if there's one thing we don't want to do, it's get into a close game with Collingwood. Because they know a thing or two about winning those type of games. Overall, though, I think it was a great effort. A great effort. But, as I said, so many missed opportunities, especially in the second quarter, I do believe. Some things didn't go our way. Free kick count was shit. Some of the free kicks not there, or overall, I think they were really dodge, the umps, but we're not going to play into that too much, as I said. But yeah, this was a missed opportunity. Incredibly disappointing. Incredibly Carlton. And yeah, it's just a matter of moving on to the next week and making sure that you don't get too embroiled up in this mess that was the final 2 minutes of this game between Carlton and Melbourne. Hope you enjoyed this one. Drop a like and subscribe, and we'll see you for the final game review of the regular season. Hopefully not the whole season, but yeah, that'll be it from me. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.